Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Explain the Charts. Today, September 14th, 2025, we're putting Bitcoin, ticker BTCUSD, under the microscope with a comprehensive look at both the latest news and its corresponding chart data. The crypto world is buzzing with incredibly bullish sentiment, largely fueled by a confluence of macroeconomic factors and significant institutional adoption. Major headlines point to cooling U.S. inflation, with the producer price index coming in significantly lower than expected, which is historically a strong tailwind for risk assets like Bitcoin. Crucially, market data indicates a 100% chance of Fed rate cuts within the next 5 days, with some even anticipating a larger 50 basis point move, further supporting a risk-on environment. Perhaps the biggest story is the sustained and substantial inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs, totaling nearly $1 billion over just 2 days this past week, showcasing robust institutional confidence. Analysts are increasingly optimistic, with some eyeing a $150,000 price target for Bitcoin in Q4, and even long-term predictions from figures like the Winklevoss twins setting sights on $1 million. These factors have created immense upward pressure on Bitcoin, leading to some truly remarkable price action, which we'll now examine closely on the charts. Let's zero in on the daily chart, focusing on a critical period from August to November 2024. We can clearly see a sharp dip in early August 2024, where Bitcoin plunged from around $58,000 to a low of $49,050.01. This significant drop highlights the inherent volatility of the crypto market and could be partly attributed to broader macroeconomic concerns that were present at the time, or perhaps lingering effects of reports about Chinese money influencing price movements. However, following this deep pullback, Bitcoin found strong support around the $50,000 level, demonstrating resilience and buyer interest at these lower valuations. What followed was a powerful reversal, leading into a sustained bullish trend. By November 2024, Bitcoin had rallied impressively, breaking past previous resistance levels and initiating a strong upward trajectory that aligns perfectly with the news of increasing ETF inflows and improving macroeconomic conditions. This period saw Bitcoin establish a solid foundation for its subsequent climb, validating the early bullish calls tied to institutional money flows and a more favorable economic outlook. Continuing our journey on the daily chart, let's examine the period from November 2024 through May 2025, where Bitcoin's bullish narrative gained significant traction. After establishing strong momentum, BTCUSD successfully breached the psychologically important $100,000 level in December 2024, a major milestone. The news of consistent ETF inflows and cooling inflation provided the fundamental backing for this rally, translating directly into sustained buying pressure. Even with some pullbacks, notably a drop to around $91,000 in January and deeper dips into the $80,000s in February and March 2025, Bitcoin consistently found support and recovered. These corrections, while sharp, were followed by quick rebounds, indicating strong underlying demand and by the dip sentiment. A key technical indicator, the MACD Golden Cross on the daily chart, was likely observed around this time, historically preceding significant price surges. This technical signal, combined with the positive news flow, provided a robust framework for Bitcoin's upward path, confirming the strength of the longer-term bullish trend and setting the stage for future gains. The $115,000 price level became a notable resistance during portions of this consolidation phase, which would soon be tested and overcome. Now, shifting our focus to the most recent period on the daily chart, from May 2025 to the present day, we see Bitcoin making decisive moves. The price pushed significantly higher, eventually conquering the critical $117,500 resistance level in July 2025, a price point explicitly mentioned in recent news as a major hurdle. This breakthrough was a powerful signal of sustained bullish momentum, likely fueled by continued positive macroeconomic data and unwavering institutional interest via ETFs. Bitcoin reached a new all-time high of $123,380 on August 13, 2025, marking a remarkable journey from earlier consolidation. Currently, as of September 13th, 2025, Bitcoin is trading around $115,973, showing a slight pullback, but generally consolidating above this former resistance. The $115,000 to $117,500 range is now a crucial zone. Holding above it would solidify it as new support, indicating a strong short-term bullish outlook. Conversely, a drop below this zone would suggest a retest of lower support levels, emphasizing the importance of current price action for determining immediate future direction. Zooming into the 1-hour chart, we gain a clearer perspective on Bitcoin's short-term price movements over the last few weeks. Since late August 2025, the price has generally maintained an upward bias, albeit with typical intraday fluctuations. We can observe periods of slight downtrends followed by quick recoveries, reflecting the ongoing battle between buyers and sellers in a high-liquidity environment. The current consolidation around the $115,000 to $116,000 range indicates that this level is being actively defended by buyers following the strong daily chart performance. Significant volume accompanies some of the larger hourly candles, suggesting active participation and conviction behind these moves. Traders should watch for clear breaks from this consolidation zone, as they could signal the next short-term directional move for BTCUSD. The overall picture here supports the daily trend, showing short-term price discovery and accumulation around key levels. Now, let's take an even closer look at the 15-minute chart, examining the price action from September 13th, 2025, to the current moment. We can see a tight range of consolidation, primarily between $115,800 and $116,200, highlighting immediate short-term support and resistance. Each candlestick on this time frame reveals the precise moments of buying and selling pressure, painting a picture of intraday volatility. The price has repeatedly bounced off the $115,800 level, indicating it's acting as a strong psychological support for day traders. Conversely, repeated rejections from the $116,200 mark suggest a minor resistance band overhead that bulls are struggling to break immediately. Volume during these shorter periods is relatively consistent, but any sudden spikes on breakouts or breakdowns would be key indicators for aggressive short-term trades. This tight trading range often precedes a more significant move, so monitoring for a decisive break in either direction is paramount for short-term traders. A move above $116,200 could quickly retest the recent high from the daily chart, while a drop below $115,800 might lead to a reevaluation of the $115,000 daily support. To recap, Bitcoin's current landscape, as of September 14, 2025, is primarily driven by strong bullish catalysts. The key price levels to watch are the all-time high of $123,380, which acts as immediate strong resistance, and the recently breached $117,500 level, now serving as robust support. The $115,000 psychological level also provides significant short-term support, as seen on the lower timeframes. In the short term, Bitcoin is likely to continue consolidating around current levels or attempt to retest the $117,500 mark. A sustained break above $117,500 has a high likelihood, approximately 70%, of driving Bitcoin towards $120,000 and potentially the $123,380 all-time high, especially if Fed rate cuts are confirmed and ETF inflows persist. On the flip side, a decisive break below $115,000 has a moderate likelihood, around 40%, of leading to a retest of the $110,000 to $108,000 region, particularly if any negative macroeconomic news emerges or ETF outflows occur. Further downside to the $100,000 area, or even the $90,000 to $80,000 strong support zones, is less likely in the immediate future, perhaps a 20% chance, but remains a critical safeguard. Long term, The bullish outlook remains strong, reinforced by institutional adoption and ambitious price targets like $1 million from the Winklevoss twins. Traders should monitor upcoming inflation reports, Fed announcements, and especially the daily ETF inflow figures, as these will be crucial in reinforcing or challenging Bitcoin's current upward trajectory. Always remember to manage your risk and consider these insights as part of your broader trading strategy. Thank you for tuning in to Explain the Charts.